Everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 9 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter linear functions, and the lessons we're going to cover today are slope intercept form, find the slope and y-intercept, slope intercept form, graph and equation, slope intercept form, write an equation from a graph, and slope intercept form, write an equation from a table. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, so here I am on grade 9 math. We're going to start with the chapter linear functions. Okay, so we're going to start with the lesson slope intercept form, the slope and the y-intercept. So first we're going to learn what is the slope intercept form of the linear equation, right? So the slope intercept form of the linear equation is y equals mx plus b. That is the slope intercept form of the linear equation. The slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M is the slope and b is the y-intercept, right? So the first example is find the slope of the line y equals 3 by 4x and plus 9 over 4. So basically whenever we have to calculate the slope and the y-intercept from the equation, you just need to equate the equation with the slope intercept form of the equation. The slope intercept form of the equation is y equals mx plus b. So when you equate, m equals 3 by 4 and b equals 9 by 4, right? Let's just start the test questions. Find the y-intercept of the equation, simplify your answer. So which is the correct option? Which is the y-intercept of the equation? You need to equate this equation with the slope-intercept form of the equation. The slope-intercept form of the equation is y equals mx plus b, right? And the equation is y equals minus 5x plus 3. You just need to equate the equations. So m equals negative 5 and b equals 3, right? So m equals negative 5 and b equals 3. So the equation is the slope intercept form is y-intercept is 3, right? b equals 3, b is the b is the y-intercept actually, right? So the correct option is 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is y equals, find the y-intercept of the following equation and simplify your answer. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is negative 3. Negative 3 is the y-intercept. So the correct option is y equals negative 3. The next one is find the slope of the line y equals 3 by 4x and plus 9 over 4. So which is the correct option? The slope is, yes, that is 3 over 4. The correct option is 3 over 4. That is the slope of the line. So the correct option is 3 over 4. The next one is find the y-intercept of the following equation y equals 10x plus 5 over 9. So which is the correct option? The correct option is the y-intercept of the equation is, yes, that is 5 over 9. So the correct option is 5 over 9. Right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Find the slope of the line y equals negative 7 over x. So which is the correct option? Which is the slope of the line? The correct option is, yes, that is negative 9 over 7. The slope of the equation is negative 9 over 7, right? The correct option is negative 9 over 7. That is negative 8 over 7, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is the next lesson is slope intercept form graph and equation. Okay, so you are given with the equation, you need to graph the equation, right? We are going to learn how do we graph the equation when we are given with the equation, right? That means we how do we need to make a graph when we are given with the equation. Okay, so the equation we are given is y equals 1 over 4 x 9, right? So two things you can understand from the equation, right? Just equate it with the slope intercept form y equals mx plus b, right? M is 1 over 4x and b is 9, right? So slope is 1 over 4 and y-intercept is 9. Y-intercept mean that is the point where graph is touching the y-axis, so it would be 0 and 9, right? X is 0, y is 9 because graph is passing through the y-axis. Then you are given the slope that is equals 1 over 4. Slope is always change in y divided by change in x. So change in y is 1 and change x is 4. So just use these two important things and plot a graph. So first thing is the y-intercept 0 and 9, x is 0, y is 9, no, here is 9. Then change in y change by 1 and x change by 4, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4, that is change in x and that is y. So the graph is like this, it passed through here, right? You can remove the other lines. The graphs look like, okay, so the graph is, that is the graph, right? So if you are given just two things, one, one, two, three, four, and one. So these 2 points you have to connect, right? So that given, got it? Okay, just look at the other example because for this lesson you are just given with the examples, right? You can see here is the graph, right? Exactly the same like I made, right? Okay, the next example is graph the line using the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, now just equate this equation with the slope intercept form, that is y equals mx plus b. So y equals negative 1 over 6x plus b. M is negative 1 over 6, that is the slope, and b is the y-intercept, that is 5, right? This is the 5. So b is 5, that means it is 0 and 5. So here is the point 0 and 5, right? Then you have the slope negative 1 over 6, right? Slope is change in y divided by change in x. So negative 1 means the y is change like below. Negative 1 means you don't move up, you need to move down. And then 6 point on the x. Move 1 point down and 6 point on x axis. Two, okay, you have to these are the 2 points you need to plot the graph on, right? That is 6 and 4 and 6. You just have to plot, join them and make a graph. So the 2 points here are 0 and 6, and the second one is x is 6 and y is 4. These are the 2 points from the slope. You join them and make a line. Got it? Got it. So you can see here, move down and 6 points here, right? The point is 6 and 4, right? Exactly the same like I did. Okay, the next one is the other example is graph the line using the slope and the y. So you have to graph the line. You need to use the slope and the y-intercept, right? So the slope is equals -1 over 10 and the y-intercept is that is b is 7, right? That means the point where the graph is touching y-axis is 0 and 7, right? Okay, here is 0 and 7, right? The next thing is slope, that is -1 over 10. Slope is always change in y divided by change in x, right? -1 means you need to move down 1 point and 10 means you move 10 point here. So these are the 2 points. The second point is x 10 and y is 6, right? Just 10 and this is the comma. 10 and 6. Just join these 2 points and make a line. That is the, it doesn't look like this, but I can't make the straight lines like this. So that is the, you can see the solution because that's the one that is already solved. You don't have practice questions for the lesson, right? So you can find the practice questions on your book and do as many practice questions as you can, right? Also, I've already covered the chapter linear functions from grade 9 book, Nelson book. I think you can just search the channel and find the lesson there. Okay, let's just on to next lesson. And the next lesson is slope intercept form equation from a graph, right? If you are given with the graph, how do you write the equation from the graph, right? So we just learned how to make a graph from the equation, right? So when we are doing the graph from equation, we use two informations from the equation. One of them is the slope and the second one is the y-intercept. That means if you just have the slope and the y-intercept, you can draw a line, right? Now you are given with the graph. You have to write down the equation, right? That means from the graph, you can find the slope and the y-intercept and then you can write down the equation, right? The first thing is you can find the y-intercept from the graph. First thing is y-intercept, right? Because the slope intercept form of the equation need two things. The m, that is the slope, and the b, that is the y-intercept. So you need to find these two informations from the graph so that you can write down equation. So here is the point graph is touching the y-axis, that is -3, b equals -3. Then you have to find the slope. You can find the slope by just selecting the two consecutive points. Here is the two consecutive points. Calculate the change in x, make a triangle by connecting the two consecutive points. They make a triangle. Here is the distance 1 and here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the slope is m equals change in y. Change in y is 5. and change in x is 1, that is 1. So the equation is, just put up the equation information in the equation. Y equals m, the slope is 5x, and the y-intercept is negative b 3. So that is b equals 5x minus 3. Practice questions. I think we are on the tutorial. Y equals 5x minus 3. Here is 5x minus 3, right? You can find the slope using the 2 points. So whatever method you can find easy, you can calculate the slope, right? Okay, look at this graph, but where is the graph? Okay, here is the graph. So you have to write down the equation, right? Just calculate the slope, the y-intercept first, and then calculate the slope. Y-intercept, here is the point where the graph is touching y-axis. That is negative 9, b equals negative 9. Calculate the slope, right? Here is the point and here is the point. Change in y is 1 and change in x is 4. 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Change in y is 1 and change in x is down, but you are moving down, that must be negative 1, and change in x is 4. So that would be y equals negative 1 over 4x and minus 9. So option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? That is y equals negative 1 over 4x minus 9. That is the correct option. The second equation is the correct option. The next one is, look at this graph. Okay, just see the graph and write down the correction, which is the solution of the equation. Which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is the second one. Y equals 1 over 7x minus 3. That is the correct option. The second equation is the correct option. Which is the correct option? Sorry, the y-intercept is negative 10 and the slope is, yes, that is the option number equals 3x minus 10 is the correct option, right? Because the slope is 3 here, right? So that would be y equals 3x then. Okay, the next one is look at this graph, right? What is the equation of the line in slope intercept form? So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 1. Y equals 1 over 8x minus 50 is the correct option. Okay, look at this graph. Which is the correct option? Option 1 or option can see the graph. Here is the correct option. The correct option is the second one, y equals negative 7x minus 2, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. Let me just move on to next lesson, and the next lesson is the next lesson is okay. The next lesson is slope intercept form. Write an equation. Okay, you have to write down the equation when you are given with a table. How do we write? So again, you need to calculate whenever we are writing the equation in the slope. It must need two things, right? The one is slope, and the second one is the y-intercept, right? So how do we calculate the slope, the y-intercept from the table? So this y values, right? You can calculate the slope change in y, right? 46 is 1 and change in x, 2 minus 1 is 1. So slope is 1. Now you need the y-intercept. You have to use any, but I'm going to use 145. Y equals slope is 1 x plus b. Just use the point 1 and 45. Put x 1 and y is 45, right? Plus b. So 45 equals 1 plus b, and b equals 45 minus 1. That is b equals 44. That means the y-intercept of the 44. So the equation is y equals 1 x and plus 44. correct option, right? What you have to do, just first you have to calculate the slope. How do we calculate the slope? Just see change in y and change in x from the table. Second thing is you need to calculate the point b. You have now use the slope and any pair of point from the table and calculate the value of the b, right? Like I did. So the correct option is D. Got it? Okay. The fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation that gave the rule for this table. You have 0, 0, right? That means the y-intercept is 0, right? Because the graph is passing through the origin. So y-intercept is 0. We need to calculate the slope. 8 minus 0 is 8. 1 minus 0 is 1. So m equals over 1, that is 8. So the equation is y equals 8x plus 0, right? So the correct option is y equals 8x. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? The next one is which equation gives the rules for the table. So which is the correct option? Let's just calculate the slope first, right? 28 minus 27 is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. Slope is 1 over 1. That means 1. Now you need to calculate the y-intercept. That is x is 0 and y is 27. That means 20 is the is touching the y-axis. So b equals 27. So the equation is y equals 1x plus 27 or x plus 27, right? This is the correct option. Y equals x plus 27 is the correct option. For when you are given with the table, you have to calculate from the table and the y-intercept from the table, right? So slope divided by calculate the change, like each consecutive value have the difference 1, right? 20 minus 27 is 1, 29 minus 28 is 1. Means here the values are changing by 1. So x the values are changing. So slope is 1. Now you need to calculate the y-intercept. So y-intercept is touching the y-axis. So you are given x is 0, y is 27. That is the y-intercept that. To put the equation in values in the equation, that y equals 1x plus 27 or is the option. C is the correct option. Isn't it the same we just did? No. Okay, we are on the same question. The next one is fill in the missing number and complete the linear to complete the equation. You are y equals x plus missing value. That means you just need to calculate the y-intercept from the equation. Y-intercept is the point where graph is just x and x is 0 and 19, right? Option the first point, that is the y-intercept, because x is 0 and y is 19. That means that is the point where graph is touching. So the y-intercept is 19. So which is the correct option? That is y equals x plus 19. So second option is the correct one. Got it? The second one is the correct option. Okay. Which equation gives the rules for the table? Okay, so you have to see which is the correct option. Just change in first of value is you need to calculate the slope. So change in x and calculate the change in y, right? So 22 minus 11, 33 minus 22 is 11. So that means here the values are changing by 11. 2 minus 1 is 1. Here the over change must be y-intercept. So for the y-intercept, just use the any point and the slope y equals m is 11x plus b. Use and y and calculate the b. Y is 11 is 1 plus b. Here you have 11 equals 11 plus b. Move another side, that would be 11 minus 11 and b is 0. So that y equals 11 is 0. Option number 1 is the correct option. Y equals 11x is the correct option. Got it? Next one is which equation gives the rules for the table? So the correct option, that is y equals 10x is the correct option, right? Option A is the correct option. Fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation that gives the rules for which is the correct option.